Thank you so much for joining us for another episode, special episode, 10th episode. If you're a Jeep enthusiast, or maybe you're a Concourse d'Elegance who's just looking for those rare, hard to find parts, or maybe you're just the person who wants to just build a Jeep and you're looking for some tips and some tricks, how to save time and how to save money, then subscribe, ring that bell, and we can get all notifications out to you guys as soon as the videos go out. Hang tight, we got a fantastic episode for you. Today we're focusing on one person, John Hollibaugh. Who is John Hollibaugh? Well, I know him as John from Pittsburgh. Okay, so let's take a walk downstairs. I want to see how his order's shaping up. I'm putting that together so it'll go out tomorrow. And then while we're out, we'll see what else we can find out and see what's going on in the shop today. Let's take a walk. Ooh, look what I see. Looks like they've been doing some work on the Duke's Jeep here. Cool, definitely some progress is made. Let's find out, let's see if we can find somebody. We can find out what's going on with Duke's Jeep. Hey Bill.
Hey.
Can you tell me what's going on with the Duke's Jeep?
Well, it was set up to get running and driving under its own power so it could get loaded on the trailer and go down to the custom exhaust shop. Issue with the exhaust shop, other than that, I don't know.
Huh, okay.
But it is under its own power.
It's under its own power, so we got this thing running. All right, you know what, let's, thank you, Bill. Let's go find out why this thing is still here, right? Tell you right now, the one person that probably knows what's going on is Sam. So let's go take a walk in the office and talk to her and see if she can give us some information on why the Duke's Jeep is still here, right? Sam, how are you?
I'm good, Willie. How are you?
I am fantastic, thank you. What can you tell me about the Duke's Jeep? What's going on with it? Why is it still here? Because I thought it was getting ready to move and to go and all that. So what happened?
Well, as far as I know, we were like in a really tight spot, having to have it done in a few weeks, I think is what we told him, and he wants to have it back before summer, obviously, because it's a Jeep. And
right,
we ran into some trouble getting the actual appointment to bring it to Jamie's Custom Exhaust to have the exhaust work done, and then he got injured. So now, instead of bringing it to Jamie's first and then getting it painted, we might have to get it painted and then bring it to Jamie's, which is just kind of a bad idea because it's most likely to get damaged or scratched when it gets put on a truck, taken off the truck, I imagine. So I guess everything that could possibly go wrong when you're working on a vehicle goes wrong when you're working on a vehicle, especially when you're got a little time
window, right? Tiny window to work in, because you know this is reality show, so it's not necessarily something that happens overnight, and we don't have people waiting by the phone to take our phone calls to get our business so they can be on TV.
It's not even TV, it's YouTube.
It's kind of like TV though.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We're gonna have to do a live video.
We'll have to do a live video at some point in time.
But not on Wednesdays.
But not on Wednesdays, because what is Wednesday to you, Sam?
Wednesdays is Hurt Word Wednesday.
Nice.
When I use my words to hurt everyone.
Let's take a walk downstairs and find out what's going on, because the other pressing matter we have right now is we have to get this order out for John from Pittsburgh, and it needs to go out tomorrow. So let's find out what is going on. Hey Ray, you think you can give me a hand, find out what's going on with John's order from Pittsburgh?
John from Pittsburgh. All right, so
that order has to go out like tomorrow, right?
No, I promised John I'd get his order out tomorrow. So the first thing we did was we got ourselves a Gaylord. A Gaylord.
Oh, a Gaylord.
We got ourselves a Gaylord.
Got it, Gaylord. Wrong Gaylord. Got it.
Let me explain who John is. His actual name is John Hollibaugh.
John Hollibaugh.
Hollibaugh. B-A-U-G-H.
Hollibaugh.
Which we're gonna give you all his contact information to so people can know who he is. John Hollibaugh, that's the right way to say it, has been behind the scenes in the whole Jeep thing for a long time. He's kind of like an unknown person, and I've only talked to him about 4 or 5 times on the phone entirely right now, and we seem to get along very well. We have the same mentality about Jeeps. you know, we have a little different philosophy where I do like Jeep, whatever it takes to get somebody on the road, where John builds Concourse restoration Jeeps. Now a Concourse restoration is the top end restoration you can do on a car. Like there's levels of restoration, and a Concourse is when you use minimal amount of body filler. You're not allowed to use any machine sanding tools on it. You're only allowed to use like dealer NOS parts, or you gotta refurbish or remanufacture the factory original parts. You're not allowed to put anything aftermarket on it, or that's not 100% a dealer factory item for it to be a Concourse restoration. And you know, I get the other things where, you know, you got Jeep people around the country, different Jeeps. There's some people in Florida, they use, you know, you can't get an interior, but you want to build like a $20,000-$30,000 CJ, so you know, buy an interior online and stick it in, but it's always going to be like a $20,000-$30,000 Jeep. You want to start getting into the more higher end, you know, Jeeps. You got to use like brand new factory interior, and it's like, I guess John Hollibaugh is the only person in this country who has pretty much just a lineup of like non-stop NOS dealer parts on his shelves. He sent me some pictures which we're going to share with you. I don't have pictures of his warehouses, which I wish I did. He sent me one picture which I accidentally deleted, where he had like all brand new horn caps, like brand spanking new, because from what I can gather, John bought out the guy who bought out AMC in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Wow.
He bought out all the dealer parts in the whole country. He's got like 50 or more in his collection, and we'll send some pictures of them across the screen so you can see these things are perfect.
All restored.
All like, no, Concourse restored.
Concourse restored.
Where
Wow.
everything is built using NOS parts. John's a super busy guy. He sent me some pictures of his interiors and some of his J trucks, which were absolutely amazing. Like brand new, like nicer than even from the dealer, because no one's ever even sat in some of these cars on these seats. So he has a never-ending need for brand new NOS parts, or parts good enough that he can make like new for these builds that he does, because he's also opening up a museum.
Nice.
Basically, he is going to concentrate on Jeeps from 76 to 86. So you got CJ5, which he likes. That's his favorite driving vehicle. You know, his go-to Jeep, I believe, is a blue 79 CJ5. And John's over 6 feet tall, which is kind of odd. But, yeah, he's like 6'3", 6'4", 6 something. And yeah, no, CJ5's tough when you're over 6 feet. But you got CJ5, CJ7, J10, J20s, full-size Cherokees and Wagoneers. And then on the end, like 85, 84 to 86, you got the Grand Wagoneer. I believe Grand Wagoneer came out in 85. And then you also had the mid-size Sport Cherokees that came out, which he stays away from. We do have some Comanche parts. I'm sending them for his buddy, but we'll go through the pile of stuff we have with John. And like I said, we'll also get you some of the pictures he sent me. Hopefully we got a couple more to send. Little nifty things, if you ever did a CJ, some of these are things you don't see anymore. This is an in the bag. This is the little duct that goes under the dash for on CJs. I didn't want to take out of the package, because just even getting one of these things unbroken, or even in the CJ just to begin with, is just not, it doesn't happen that often anymore. And so this is brand new in the bag, still looks unbroken. This, I believe, is a boot for the top of the back of the soft top after you put the soft top on. These, I believe, are the front bumperettes on like a J truck in the late 70s, middle 70s. 360 401 heads from the late 70s. These are just a couple things, just because I know John probably would like to have them brand new. This is the sending unit twisty top on the gas tanks. These are for the CJ 18-gallon tank. This is for a J20 or J10 tank. One thing that's nifty, I'm just sending them just so he has them. When you're building a Jeep, like the whole time you see like Gas Monkey Garage, where they like, there was one episode where I saw they were trying to get a CJ done to get to the Barrett Jackson auction for like you know, in this amount of time. And I think the thing went for like $100 grand. And there is absolutely no way you can put a CJ out in a matter of, especially like a Concourse restoration, in a matter of a couple weeks. Because like this is like gold here. Just this little bin like this is exactly how I found it. And so what in this little bin is just something, little things you need when you're trying to build a perfect CJ. That's 100% perfect. So these are brand new. Did screws for the parking lights in the front of the grill. So anyone knows, like, it's just, you can't get a screw that fits and looks correct from anywhere. And like, you can't put a Home Depot screw in there. Like, especially if you're doing a perfect restoration, you're doing like a $50,000 CJ, you can't just go buy some sheetrock screws and stick them in there. No, anyone who's done CJs has seen every possible screw.
Every screw.
Like, because it's a weird tapered, like the size of it's very odd, and the whole screw's tapered. So the way to these things are the only ones that work well, and they're the only ones that look exactly correct because they are correct. And then also in this thing, there's a couple cool things. These are just the little clips for the back of a Grand Wagoneer, the rear gate, the up and down window. These are just the little clips that hold the window on the regulator, which you can never save or save nice. These are the washers that go behind either the headlight switch, the fan switch, and the wiper switch. There's a little screw-on nut with 2 slots that go on the inside. I don't know if those are in here, but whatever. These are cool. This is cool. This is definitely a dealer thing. So I'm guessing, you know, when they put the locking hubs on, I'm sure that they came factory with the locking hubs, but that's the sticker that goes on the inside of the glove box door. And this is a little like brochure. Look, someone got a thumbprint on it. Probably one of my guys looking at it. But this is the little brochure. It's the instructions, I guess, they left in the glove box that tells you how to lock your hub on your front axle. So as long as nobody gets any more fingerprints on it, it's just nifty. Like, I've never seen this actual little pamphlet. I've gotten more than my fair share of these on the glove box door on the inside, but never unstuck. Like, not stuck on.
Brand new, basically.
No, well, it is brand new. And
right.
we're the ones who put our fingerprints on it. Because there was no, it doesn't look like there was ever a top on this envelope. It looks like how it came to the dealer.
Yeah, right.
And it was just literally in the box like that. Same with this. This is just more parts that I just figured, John, if he can use them, they're all dealer screws. A bunch of transmission gaskets. So these are basically all transmissions. That looks like the seal between a T150 or a Dana 20. They're basically all factory seals. Because if you're having, if you got a museum and you got a little area where you do your own trannies, it's nice to have these hung up on the wall.
Yeah, right.
So in the factory dealer packaging. Because I'm sure also, I don't know 100% because I don't do Concourse restorations, but I'm pretty sure you have to document. You try to document it as much as possible because, when you're talking between 50 and 100 grand for a car, like every bit of information that you provide the customer who's buying it or you're building it for.
Dot all the I's.
Yeah, you want to dot all the I's. So this is basically just a bunch of transmission gaskets and transfer case gaskets, but it's just cool. They're all in the factory packaging. That's why, I personally don't think they're worth a whole lot, but it'd be great for, like, again, you have a museum.
Like somebody like John.
Like John, and you hang it on a wall. These are just a bunch of pins for different transmissions and whatnot. John, from what I understand, talking to John, and I'm going to be helping him out too, we'll go through some of the books. He has a very extensive library of like the Jeep pots, Jeep catalogs, Jeep manuals, all dealer stuff. So he can tell you what color came in what Jeep in what year, and people call him on the phone and be like, I'm putting together an 83 CJ, what color blue was the interior? And John knows off the top of his head, but he has the paperwork, like the books to prove it. Right. This is wicked cool. This is so awesome. I came across this sticker, and I know exactly what that is. So I believe I have close to the whole sticker package for, like, it looks like the 84 colors like an 84, and I think it said 84 to 86 on one of the boxes. No, it doesn't have a year. It doesn't have the year. It just says Cherokee body side blue, whatever. But it's not a Cherokee. It's a CJ. So, and
wow, that's precious right there.
I don't know. Yeah, I know some people you can buy the sticker packages now because somebody bought the dies to make them from the dealer. But if you're doing again a Concourse restoration, like you need these. Then we have a bunch of gauges. I guess that's why this box ended over there. These are a bunch of dash gauges from different Jeeps. That's the amp gauge for a like late 70s, early 80s J truck or the full-size Cherokee or Wagoneer. Here's a CJ temp gauge. The box got torn, but it's still, that's how I found it, but it's still in good shape. And there's another one that's new. There's like fuel gauges. So these are all just dash gauges here. I think you saw this in another, I was digging through pots and found this in another one of the clips. This is the 8-cylinder distributor for a CJ or Wagoneer, but it's brand new. Like the dealer was the only person who coated pots like this.
Right.
So these are the door protectors that get clipped on the
the edges of the doors, right?
Edges of the doors. I've never really seen them on Cherokee, so I'm assuming these are all for the J trucks or the full-size Cherokee or Wagoneers. This was that excellent tester we saw in another episode that I'm sending him, which I hope he uses to like make his 82 to 86 CJs run absolutely perfect for the 6 cylinders.
Complete too, right?
Yeah, it's complete. Got the instruction manuals. I would have killed for this in the 90s when I used to work on the factory carburetors all the time and hated them. Brand Wagoneer, brand new window motor regulator. Still in the box. I just left it in there. I don't know what side it is. These are very cool. These he probably has none of. Probably nobody has any of these factory. These are actually the OEM factory, like NOS, unused heater cables for CJs. There's a couple different styles, and like 76 was a little different than 77, and then it changed a little bit in the late 80s. These all look like a couple of 76s mixed in with like 82 to 86. A couple of Whitco soft top pieces. These are the EVAP tubes that get bolted on the side of the exhaust manifolds on the later V8 Wagoneers and Grand Wagoneers. This is a brand new J truck back door handle. So sweet. Yeah. It's just cool because it's brand new. This is one of the little side clippy things that when you shut the tailgate. These are some all factory Jeep door, the rubber pieces. So again, if you're doing a Concourse restoration, you cannot put an aftermarket part on it. And if you do, you get penalized. So if you're trying to win a big car show, like this is big. These are all the inside door handles for CJ and a couple J trucks mixed in, but they're all unused. They just weren't stored well. You can tell because there's no marks at all where it was bolted up. They're really not scratched. They're just dirty from being around. Honey, very hard to get.
What'd you call me?
Yeah, hey honey. Honey's very hard to get, so I got honey for the J truck, honey for a CJ, some nutmeg, garnet, black. But it's cool. T4, T5 band retainer. This is big. I don't know if these are new. Well, these are the center console locks, which always great. SR4 shift knob, which I know it's dealer because I know Crown doesn't make it this style, and I never knew from the factory it came with the white lettering because I never seen one brand new. Passenger door handle for a J truck or a Cherokee.
Things look mint too.
Yeah, they're brand new. This is just fell out of the box, but it's brand new. These are the door handles on older CJ doors, 76 to 86, the CJ7s. Here's a door handle to open it and shut it for a J truck or a Cherokee. Here is a big, just ridiculous pile of accelerator cables that the year's right, so he can figure out what kind of Jeep they go to. I don't have time. Factory CJ taillight. Is this a C? Yeah, it's this. So this is a 76 to 80 because it doesn't have the red marker on the side. So this is probably hard to get OEM. Oh, These are J-Truck dash handles, Cherokee J-Truck dash handles.
Is that also known as the oh shit handle?
Yeah. But they're brand new. This one's open. That's why you probably get a little rust on there because it's open, but that's in never been out of the package.
Pristine.
Yeah, there's a little marking right there, but nothing too major. These are all the little metal clips that go underneath it. 76 to 80 CJ door handles that have never been installed on a truck. Even used, these things are like $1 change each. So these are just NOS, never used. So it's hard to get used ones to look this. It's like the right color, like a little bit of minor cleaner, and you will change the color a little bit, but not so bad when you take a full rusty one and try to make it new. CJ, brand new CJ tailgate hinges. Some of them are in Mopar packaging, but they're CJ. There's just some miscellaneous screws. John, you can look that number up with your fancy catalogs. Or you'll probably be looking at it and be like, oh my God, I needed those screws. Those are the screws that held down the cowl vent on top of the Jeep, and da-da-da-da-da, and he'll be happy. Just a door striker plate. The good one about this one, this is a driver's side. So, and it's a CJ, not a Wrangler. The Wranglers had a 5th screw there, so that's how you know. This one only has the 4 holes, so this is 100% CJ dealer, and you know, you can fix it, but whatever. Finish, you gotta put the striker in it. Those are the same screws. This is a door strap for a CJ. These are door straps from the earlier CJ5 metal aftermarket, but dealer added CJ5 hard tops, some factory dealer door hinge plates, and this is cool. This is another thing. Actually, the funny thing is John's super for these because he's putting together a Jeep right now where he needed these. And so what happens is, like, if I open this package, this one was already out, I wouldn't have opened the package because I can see what it is. To get this color right is impossible, and this right kind of like just condition. So if you take a rusty one and try to wire brush it, you can never make it look like this. I'm sure there's little tricks they have to get it close, but just being able to like go to your little pile of parts and be like, oh, I need one of these for my CJ hood, right, is going to be incredible.
Are we actually sending him to sign?
Oh yeah, we're sending him to sign. I took it off my wall.
Finally getting the sign.
John found that funny, so that was good. One last thing to top off this first keyboard. I got to dig through all these books. I'm just going to send John any 76 to 86 book that I can find. I don't even know if there's any in the top part of this. That's a 34. Wow. That's a BA10. But I know I have them. There's the FC book. I know they're in here, but I got to dig through here. I know there's like a Scrambler book, but I got to go through all these books. This is pretty cool. I don't know if John knows about this. So a couple of the pots I got, we got like the before and after. A couple of pots. These were identically the same exact condition because I got a bin with just tags. You know, it's an AMC tag. I'm sure they wrote it on the dealer at the dealership. But we soaked it in this. Kelsey did actually. Kelsey said he had some stuff that will make it nice. He soaked it in this Evapor Rust for like 15 minutes. No scraping, no wire brushing, no nothing. And turned it into that. And I usually don't buy any of that stuff you see online. But like, all kidding aside, 15 minutes in that, and this is what you get. And then from what I guess is before, yeah. But he said if you it would have came out better if you left it in there for like an hour.
And after, that is insane.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't even know what it looked like if you leave it in there for an hour, and then you just keep reusing it.
Are we sponsored by this?
No,
we're not.
Yeah. All right. And that's it.
Cool. Well, Ray, thank you so much for your time. That concludes our episode for today. I want to extend a thank you to John Hollibaugh from Pennsylvania with the Jeep Branch Museum for giving us the opportunity to help you out. I'm going to put a link in the description below for the Jeep Branch Museum. If you found this video useful in any way, or maybe you just got some good entertainment, don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, so we can get all notifications out to you guys as soon as the videos go out. Thank you.